just here to talk about one of the key aspects that I've discovered within the body of Christ. Now, I think one of those things is the issue, or maybe the idea of the topic of discernment. I think there's a lot of things that are happening out there, and many of those things are not meant to be happening, and also there are many things that are supposed to be happening, but because of I think lack of discernment, people are really missing out on key opportunities, and some people are getting into trouble when they're not meant to be getting in trouble in the first instance. Now, that has a lot to do with that aspect of discernment. That means people are getting in situations where they're not meant to be in those situations, but because from the very beginning they were seeing those signs, maybe they'll just get that sense that things are not right, but for some reason they just went along with it. And now it's quite a tragedy, really, because people, when they get stuck, and then they spend maybe sometimes years, months, weeks, you name it, to try and get unstuck. And yet the thing was, if they had just discerned or exercised a bit of discernment in the very days, they would not have been stuck in the first place. So I think it's very, very important that people really are taught in terms of mastering discernment and being able to start really, really flowing in the prophetic, if you like. But I think it's very, very important that people within the church community, as it were, really, really begin to pay attention to that element of discernment. It's very important, even discerning. For example, I think many people talk about that particular verse. I think it talks about discerning of spirits as a gift, but really most people just think about discerning of spirits in reference to maybe discerning, maybe spirit of Jezebel, discerning maybe a patron spirit, or things like that. But really, that also can be used in a positive sense. We're able to discern maybe the grace or the gift that is on a particular person. Maybe because sometimes what happens is that some people might have a certain gift, but because the packaging might not be impressive, as it were, people might tend to miss out on that. But that calls again for discernment, that even when you walk into a place where maybe someone is stigmatized or maybe scandalized, as it were, if you like, but being able to discern what it is that is in their life, and maybe start begin to pay attention, maybe start working in harmony with them to put a bit of effort in terms of understanding who that person is and who they really are, and then ultimately being able to start seeing those gifts or whatever gift they carry, and you can start maybe to work with them, and maybe if it's the case, maybe where you can work together, or maybe if it's pastor, maybe you can actually see that gift being used to edify the body of Christ, maybe on a smaller scale and ultimately on a larger scale. But obviously that calls for discernment, especially for leaders, to be able to discern this person. There's been scandalized, they've been stigmatized, but at the end of the day, they carry a pivotal role within the community, within that particular leadership team, or maybe under that structure, or maybe even if they might not have a title or anything like that. But the most important thing is being able to discern what it is and be able to start understanding the person. But I think having said that, I think it doesn't matter whether someone is at whatever level they are at. I think as a leader, is one of the key things there is actually to be able to discern where a person is, and maybe do something towards help them towards on their journey, things like that. And also, of course, there's some instances where people have to discern in terms of what to avoid, because there's some people definitely that can really need to be avoided, particularly when it comes to conflict and maybe just being drama. Some people are just like that. But I think, having said that, I think in many instances discernment is very, very important in terms of identifying what sort of gift someone operates in, and also, of course, choosing the right team maybe for a particular task, and also choosing the right team maybe within the right team that you want to surround yourself with, the type of people you want to surround yourself with, and of course, being mindful that also discernment requires that you're able to identify those people that you say, nah to that, you know what I mean? So having said that, I'm done for today. And watch out for more videos. And that, always remember, you have a common destiny, and I'll check you later. See ya. Cheers.